Hello, fellow foreigners. It's Emily. It's Peter. We're Hello, Uncle Foreigner. We're living in China. We're not discovering China. We want you to subscribe, like, share, bell, because this is
the Crap Advice from China show. How would me renouncing my U.S. citizenship affect me getting English teaching jobs? So one of my reasons for wanting to teach English is I am hoping to find another country to become a citizen of, as I am unhappy in the United States. I'm not a huge fan of democracy and tend to like communist countries. Let's say that I followed my plan of working in China for a year, and then I would work in Russia up until I am able to get Russian citizenship. Let's say that I renounce my U.S. citizenship and become a Russian citizen. I decide I want to work in China again. I understand legally I need to be a native English speaker in order to teach English in China. Technically, I would be, as I was born in the USA. However, if I became a Russian and divorced the USA, I understand that I would likely have a canceled passport and a loss of citizenship certificate from the USA. If I wanted to work in China again, would it be likely that I would need to provide these documents to prove I was once from the USA?
Wow, there's a lot of contingencies on a plan that I don't know ever could exist any realm of political stance or background.
I had no idea. I mean, I guess if you renounce your citizenship, they would give you a document, and that would be called a certificate. It just sounds like a certificate of merit, a certificate of I lost my citizenship.
Right. I bought a puppy.
Yeah. A certificate of ownership.
I mean, on the most serious note, I don't know if that's the best way, really, of choosing where you want to live by, like, your political background, like.
Yeah, I mean, it's the ultimate extension of like the team mentality of which system is better. And I feel like there's a certain kind of grandpa out there who'd be like, I fought for the.
Right. Yeah, I've gotten.
There's just so much about this question.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds like somebody who's young and has a lot of ideas that are.
It's definitely full of ideas.
Well, it's a lot of ideas.
I mean, it's basically the plot to French Kiss, I think.
Oh, really?
With Meg Ryan. Meg Ryan and Jack Nicholson.
Jeez, man, you're talking about movies that I would never watch.
I watched this movie in college a lot because it would just be like on. It was one of those that was just on TBS. It was not a movie I sought out. But I think the premise is Meg Ryan renounces U.S. citizenship because she's marrying a Canadian, so she's in the process of applying for Canadian citizenship, and then she finds out he's cheating on her.
Ooh.
Oh, it's not Jack Nicholson. It's Kevin Kline.
Oh, Kevin Kline. See, I mean,
Kevin Kline.
I went like. All the way back to I was like, isn't this some kind of like Gene Hackman joint or something like that?
Like one of those guys. But then so she calls off the wedding, so then she doesn't qualify for Canadian citizenship because she's not marrying a Canadian anymore. But she does not qualify for, or the American consulate tells her like, you said you didn't want to be a U.S. anymore. U.S.ian. You said you didn't want to be American
I don't
anymore.
know anything about this movie, and it
it's
sounds as convoluted as.
Yeah. And then Kevin Kline is a Frenchman who's they perpetrate some sort of scheme. Maybe he's French Canadian. It's been a while since I saw this movie. I'll tell you honestly, I was usually hungover when we were watching it.
I mean, I'm guessing your advice is watch The French Kiss.
I think that's that's the sum total of my advice. Maybe to myself to refresh myself on what happened.
Yeah, my advice is like to reprioritize what you're looking for in a happy existence.
It also sounds like way too sure of things that sound very unlikely to happen.
I mean, from the actual paperwork to get all these contingency plans underway is, I mean,
how eager is Russia to have U.S. citizens become Russians? That doesn't seem.
I mean, I don't really. Maybe if you want to be a spy, maybe this person wants to be some kind of like American 007.
But I mean, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Hello, I would like to be spying, please.
Very suspicious right from the very beginning.
Yeah, I think I think you've smelt out a spy. Because, and this is, my sample size is hugely biased, but all of the Russians I've met do not want to live in Russia.
That's true. Yeah. Both here and in America, like anytime I've met
Although
a Russian.
I've never met Russians in Russia, to be fair.
Well, yeah. Let's walk around Russia like, you like being here?
By definition, the Russians I have met do not want to live in Russia.
Yeah. But I just feel that this is like and I mean this is completely an ideology that's not like what
80s style. Like
it's,
I do not like this America. I will join CCP and be a hockey player in Russia.
right. I need a haircut that is flat.
Yeah, yeah, and also work in China.
Right.
So
is there missiles involved?
So this plan sounds very solid, I would have to say.
As an 80s plan.
Yeah.
As an 80s, like get yourself a Camaro and like a nice purple light.
And a guitar-heavy soundtrack.
Wow, Steven Seagal maybe.
I bet this might be Steven Seagal.
Could be Steven Seagal.
Steven?
I bet you he could have like pulled that off already, though, if he didn't already.
He may have already.
Son of Steven Seagal. Coming to a road movie theater near you.
In Russian with English subtitles.
Yeah.
New